Hi there, 8th grade, lesson 56, the slope-intercept equation of a line. Alright, objective, describe the graph of a linear function given its equation in slope-intercept form. Write an equation for a linear function in slope-intercept form given its graph. Graph linear equations given in slope-intercept form. Alright, power up at this point. You can stop and do it. We have started doing them in class again, just to get your guys' mind thinking about algebra again. Alright, slope. Slope is always defined as rise over run. Rise over run. Alright? Slope-intercept is always left in the formula of y equals mx plus b. Okay? What m is going to stand for is always going to be your slope part of it. So this is going to be slope. This is going to be your y-intercept. And that is going to be where you cross your y-axis. So, somewhere on this line is going to be what your y-intercept is. Okay? Alright. Now, this slide gives us some equations. Obviously, our equation is y equals mx plus b. Okay, if I had to decide what my slope was of this first equation, I need to look in front of my x. Well, in this case, there's nothing in here. What can I times by x and still get x? Well, your identity property tells you that it is 1. All right, we need plus something to get our y-intercept. Well, what can we add to something and still get the exact same thing? Well, going to your addition identity property, that is going to tell you that your y-intercept would be 0. All right, then you would, on this one, you do the same thing. What's in front of my y, or my x? Nothing, but it's still x, so slope has to be 1 again. Okay? This is going to be my y-intercept. Because that's what's subbed in for b in the other equation. Okay? Here, we have y equals 2x. Alright, this is going to be my slope. Alright, what can I add here because of my addition, identity of addition? Y-intercept should be 0. Alright, this one, we have to find our slope. Slope equals -1/2. Alright, y-intercept is -1. Okay? Now, here, we don't have an x. How do we get rid of an x by multiplying? Well, that probably means our slope is 0. Alright? And we'd add 2 to 0 to get that, so that means our y-intercept would have had been 2. Okay? That is going to be a line, in which case it goes horizontally like this. Okay, here we have x equals -3. Okay? That doesn't help us a whole lot. What is going to take place on this one, and this is how I went about it in class, because without seeing this, I need to draw a line where x is always going to be 3. No matter what my y value, isn't my x always 3 in this? Well, you'd be over 3, so your x value is 3, so it'll always be this. Alright, your slope, you rose 1. You divide that by 0. If you type that into your calculator, you are going to get undefined, or error. Because you cannot divide a number by 0. So, your slope in this case is going to be an undefined. Okay? So, that slope is always undefined if you have a vertical line. We have a vertical line. Think of how high you can jump. That is your vertical line. Alright, our y-intercept in this case, we don't have one. Because we never crossed this right here. So y-intercept is none. Okay? Alright, now, where does the graph of the equation cross the y-axis? So the equation we're looking for right now is y equals 2/3 x minus 4. Where does the graph of the equation cross the y-axis? Well, where is it? Which one of these is our y-axis? Well, it's our b, so it has to be here. So, in this case, it's in minus 4. The formula is plus, so that means this has to be a negative 4. We're going to cross it at where the y-axis at negative 4. Does the line rise to the right or fall to the right? That we're going to have to look at our slope. If our slope is negative, we are going to fall as we go to the right. If it is positive like it is here, we are going to rise to the right. So there's your answer for that one. Alright. Now, we got two lines here. We're going to focus on this red one first. Okay? So, we have to find our y-intercept. Because we have to put it in this formula. It's telling us to write it in slope-intercept. That's what this formula is. So we have to find our y-intercept because that's what our b is. Well, our y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. Well, this is our y-axis. So we're going to have y equals mx minus 2. Because it's a negative 2, right? Alright. Now, we have to find our slope. We're up 1, 2. So we're rising 2, we're running 1, so our slope is 2, so we're going to slope that in for my m, so we're going to get y equals 2x minus negative 2. Okay? That is our equation for the first one. Now we're going to go to the blue line. Where do we cross the y-intercept? At 1. So we're going to be plus 1. We have y equals mx plus 1. Alright, what is my slope? Well, I'm going to rise 1. I'm going to run 2. Sub it in. There's my equation for the second one. Alright, now this one says to graph. The first thing I am always going to look for when I graph is going to be my y-intercept. Alright, so on this equation we have y equals 2x minus 3. So, the minus 3 tells me where my y-intercept is. It's a negative 3. 1, 2, 3. It crosses right there. Okay? Now the 2 tells me my slope. That is 2 over 1 would be my fraction. So I'm going to rise 2 over 1. Rise 2 over 1. Connect my dots. I have a line. So that would be your first one. Second one. Is going to be, I gotta draw my coordinate planning in. second one is going to be positive 2. So we're going to be up 1, 2. Alright, negative 1/2. So we're going to be down 1, because it's a negative 1 over 2. So we're going to go down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. There we go. That would be my other one. Alright, in class today we did those as our practice set. I would like that on your notes. We've started taking notes in class. So they are required. They are graded. So yeah, you have to do those now. Alright, there is your homework. Right there.